welcome to the Ray Talk, folks. I'm your host, Preston, and this was one of the worst performances I have ever seen. Like, what the heck? What was this? We lost 20-15 to the Rams. We didn't even score a touchdown. We only scored 5 field goals. This was a horrible game. I'm sorry I didn't post last week because I was going to, but I didn't really have the time for it. So I'm trying to post more often, but it's just hard for me too. But anyways. So, this was a horrible game for the Raiders. Our Minshew sucks. He needs to get out of there. Like, honestly, I don't even care about start. I just want to start the practice squad quarterback right now. I feel like Carter Bradley should just start for now because Aiden O'Connell's hurt because of a freaking broken hand. And Gardner Minshew sucks. He threw 3 picks. So, let's go to the recap of this game. So the Rams forced 4 turnovers and hold off Raiders 2015 after QB Aiden O'Connell gets injured. I feel like Aiden O'Connell was our only option. We needed him, but it's over. It's over. I don't think we're gonna get him back. I mean, we might get him back in a few weeks, but probably not. So one of the plays, Cam Curl returned a fumble 33 yards for a touchdown. Kyren Williams rushed for 76 yards and 2 scores in the Rams' 2015 victory over Las Vegas on Sunday. Another player, Kobe Duran, had an interception and later caused a fumble return for a TD by Curl for the Rams, who forced Gardner Minshew to commit 4 turnovers, the same number harvested by Los Angeles in its first 5 games of the season combined. That is crazy. Wow. I'm honestly not shocked here because this team is not even doing anything. And when I was watching Sunday Night Football, I saw Davante Adams. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Anyways, we're back. So, another news, the Raiders' backup QB was forced into action by an early hand injury for Aiden O'Connell, and the Rams pounced. Jalen McLeod had 2 more interceptions for Los Angeles, including the game-clinching pick with 1 minute and 18 seconds to play. And let's see, Matthew Stafford, he passed for 154 yards. Wow. This defense did not play great, and the offense played horrible. His lowest total in 4 seasons with Los Angeles. Okay, that is just worse. As the Rams snapped a 2-game skid during their worst start to a season and Coach Sean McVay's 8 years in charge. I don't know what's going on with this team. Now with the Raiders, Minshew passed for 154 yards. That is the same for Matthew Stafford. So they both got the same. And after replacing O'Connell, who didn't return after a hand-to-hand collision with Curl during the Raiders' second offensive series. So it was a close game, but we didn't even score a touchdown. So yeah. All right. After the recap, let's go on to the box score. So for the Raiders rushing, Alexander Mattison, he did great. I think he had a good game today. The rushing game was pretty good for the Raiders, and I like how the O-line was blocking for the Raiders, although we had a couple penalties for the O-line. So Alexander Mattison, he got 23 carries and 19 yards, no touchdowns, and his longest was 13 yards for a rush. For Los Angeles, for Kyren Williams, he got 21 carries, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns, and his longest rush was 14 yards. For the receiving, Brock Bowers had a great game. He got a lot of catches and targets. I feel like he was the number 1 receiver in that game for the Raiders. So Brock Bowers with 10 receptions, 93 yards. His longest was 25 yards, and he got 14 targets. For Los Angeles, Tyler Johnson, he got 57 yards, 0 touchdowns. His longest was 37 yards, and he got 7 targets. Now for the fumbles, Minshew, he got a fumble. So the Rams, They were about to sack him, but Minshew lost the ball, and then the Rams ran it all the way to the end zone. Now this Raiders defense, they did not do as good. They got a lot of tackles, but they didn't really do as good in the defensive zone. But they did actually stop two plays, so I say they did actually okay. So they stopped a 4th down play and they stopped a 3rd down play to make the Rams punt or turnover on downs. So I think this defense did pretty good. Now there was one interception. Las Vegas, Nate Hobbs with a one interception. Robert Spillane, he tipped it and went in Nate Hobbs' hands, and I liked when he got the interception. I just wish it was a pick six, so we would have gotten a touchdown. That about covers it for the box score. Let's go on to the team stats. For first downs, the Raiders got 12 passing first downs, and the Rams got 6 passing first downs. For rushing first downs, and the Raiders got 7 rushing first downs, and the Rams got 7 rushing first downs. First downs from penalties, the Raiders got 1 first down from penalty, and Rams got 2 first downs from penalty. Third down efficiency, the Raiders got 3 out of 15 for the first downs, and the Rams got 2 out of 10 for the first downs on third down. And for the fourth down, the Raiders got 1 out of 1, so they got a first down on that fourth down, and the Rams did not get a first down on the fourth down. The total plays of the game was 75 plays for the Raiders and 52 plays for the Rams. Total yards was 317 yards for the Raiders, 259 yards for the Rams. Total drives was 13 drives for the Raiders and 12 drives for the Rams. Yards per play, 4.2 yards per play for the Raiders and 5 yards for the Rams. And the passing was 195 yards for the Raiders and 144 yards for the Rams. The interceptions thrown, the Raiders got 3 interceptions and the Rams got 1 interception thrown. The sacks / yards for loss, the Raiders got 2 out of 11 yards for lost, and the Rams got 1 out of 10 per lost. And the rushing attempts for the Raiders was 29, and for the Rams was 28, and yards per rush was 4.2 for the Raiders and 4.1 for the Rams. Now the Raiders, they got so many penalties. They got 10 penalties for 80 yards, and the Rams got 3 penalties for 28 yards. The Raiders got 4 turnovers. Wow, I'm not even surprised. And the Rams got 1 turnover. Fumbles lost, the Raiders got 1 fumble lost, and the Rams got 0 fumble lost. The defensive / special teams TD, the Raiders have 0 defensive / special teams TDs, and the Rams have 1 defensive / special teams TD. For the possession, the Raiders had 33 minutes and 48 seconds of the ball, and the Rams had 26 minutes and 12 seconds of the ball. Now that covers it for the team stats, and now for our last segment, we are on to the top 3 plays of the game. So for the third play, the Rams got a game-sealing interception to seal the game, and the Rams would win. So let's watch this replay.
Looks like they're going to bring some heat here on third down. 6 in the secondary, third down and 10. Minshew running for his life, chased by Verse, throws downfield, it's picked off. McCullough, that's it.
And for the number 2 play of the game, we got Minshew throwing an interception to the Rams, and when Minshew was game pressured. So let's watch this replay.
First 7 games in the history of the NFL, flag thrown, 3rd and 8, being chased, hit by Verse, and picked off. Kobe Turner.
And for the number 1 replay, we got when Minshew fumbled the ball and the Rams recovered it and they got a touchdown. So let's watch this replay.
Madison a block. Oh, he's whacked right there. That's a loose ball. Picked up Curl. That is a touchdown.
And that's it for the Raid Talk. If you guys want to come in for more important information about the Raiders, I will be posting videos. And that's it for the Raid Talk. I'm your host, Preston, and go Raiders.